Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming on this announcement. I just want to say that we are pleased about the recent announcement from the State Supreme Court to give cities the discretion to utilize drop boxes. This is just another opportunity for us to provide a safe and secure way for people to drop off their absentee ballots here to the city of Milwaukee. We are currently reviewing the decision, waiting for guidance from the Wisconsin Elections Commission. But we are working on, I've already done a general physical audit of the ballot boxes. Currently we have 12 in operation. We're hoping to have 14 by the August election. We will not have them operational for the July 30th special election. However, the goal is to have them ready for the August partisan primary and then definitely for November presidential general election. That's all I have for a quick statement. Sorry.
Well, that's fine. The last time we had these, it was still COVID lingering around,
Correct.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about what your expectations are for how much they'll be used?
Yeah, well, we hope that they're available for all voters, for people that may not be able to make it to their early voting site or the election operations center. They're located throughout the city near civic areas of our libraries. And so we hope that they are utilized. It's all about now reviewing the decision and looking at the schedule of when they would be available for operations.
Could you take us through what type of, like, I saw in that letter that Brian gave us, some need to be refurbished or something.
Correct,
take us through
yes.
what that process looks like and,
Sure.
and why they may not be operational by July.
Sure, definitely. So we typically have 15 located at all of our libraries, again, here in the downtown City Hall campus as well. So it looks like from our review, you know, they've been secured in their locations since, I think, what was it, 2021 when the decision came down. And so I know one was involved in a car accident, so it's the Washington Park Library needs to be replaced. The one at our election operations center, it might be replaced. We're still reviewing. So we've reached out to our vendor. It is a holiday week, so we're just waiting to hear back. So they obviously have to be manufactured, and it is a secure ballot box, so that takes some time, and so hopefully we'll find out in the next couple of weeks when we can get those. And then the other one is the Martin Luther King Library, which you know is currently under construction for the new facility, so we're looking to see if perhaps we can put one temporarily at their temporary location, but those are the three that we're looking at this time.
And so is the reason for the delay of them possibly being available for July 30th is because you don't know what that timeline is?
Correct, yeah. And that when we have, you know, we're working on increasing our training for staff, providing the chain of custody forms and processes. So, you know, it's July 5th, it's a holiday week. We have this special election coming through, so the goal is we want to be ready, and that will be for August.
Can you talk about the safety and security of the ballot drop boxes for anyone that is questioning that?
Yes, definitely. It's an important question. So we have a very robust chain of custody process. Every time we are handling ballots, it's always more than one person. We have security cameras at all of our Dropbox locations and looking at ways that we can enhance now. And so part of that is having a robust chain of custody and a paper trail that we follow here in elections. And so we're very confident that we're going to be ready for August and November.
How do those ballots get from the drop boxes to the place where they're tabulated?
Sure. So our staff, again, trained, more than one staff, typically using a vehicle that is part of the Election Commission inventory, go together, and there's a whole process of, you know, making sure that information is completed, pictures are taken, the ballots are then removed and put into a secure ballot bag that they are sealed and then secured and then transported immediately from the box over to our operations center, where then again all ballots come through and are handled in a secure fashion.
How often are those boxes empty?
So that's part of the process of what we're reviewing for that schedule to see what we need to do for that. But obviously what we want to make sure, I think the most important is on election day, having that schedule. So I don't have the details for that yet, but we are hoping to have that, we will have that information to you all before the August partisan primary so that we can share with the public and they can understand how the process works and the secure nature of our work.
Can you explain a little bit about what physical audit took place? Like, what did you guys actually look at on these drop boxes?
Oh, sure. So like I said, they have been there since 2021. So we had 2 of our trained full-time staff visit every one of the boxes, check the locks, make sure that the secured, like heavy cover that's on there still works, making sure that things can open up okay and things are locked. And then, some of the things like updating our signage, reviewing stuff like that. And then we are currently doing the security enhancement with like the cameras and working with our law enforcement partners. But I don't have details on that yet, but we'll have it soon.
Is informing voters part of this process now that this option is back available?
Yes.
As far as we know?
Yes, definitely. And I think using the support of all of you here today and working with local voting organizations and groups like the League of Women Voters and others in order to get that word out. So again, the decision just came this morning. I stepped out for 5 minutes to grab coffee, and I couldn't believe that it happened so quickly, which is great. But we are working on having a robust communications plan so that people are ready. But I do want to communicate that for the July 30th special election for State Senate District 4, the ballot boxes will not be in operation.
What do you think this means for November?
I think, like I said, one of our missions here at the Milwaukee Election Commission is to provide opportunities to administer a fair and transparent and accessible manner of elections for all voters here in the city of Milwaukee, and this is a way for us to continue that mission, giving voters another opportunity to submit their absentee ballots in a safe and secure manner.
How do you think this is going to impact voter turnout?
Well, we always hope for high increased voter turnout. I think part of it is getting that word out to voters and providing that opportunity, sharing the information so that they feel confident in our secure process. And then we hope any opportunity to increase voter engagement and opportunities for people to submit their ballots to us in a secure way is a great way to increase voter turnout. So I'm hopeful.
Are there any concerns that there may be people who want to disrupt the voting process? We saw that happen earlier this week in Glendale over absentee ballots. Are there any concerns this may happen following the drop boxes rule?
Well, I think for those concerns, we take our security very seriously here at the Milwaukee Election Commission and have a really good relationship with our law enforcement partners. We have a great relationship with the Wisconsin Elections Commission and are constantly communicating information to help us make decisions and allow for the transparent operation of our office, but then also make sure that security is always one of our priorities.
A lot of the absentee balloting is obviously done through the mail. How is this better? How does this add to that? Who would use this that couldn't vote by mail?
Correct, yeah. So I think really good question. Typically, for example, people with ADA considerations, most of our ballot boxes, we attempt to put them in places where people can drive up. That's an option. I think too, you can drop off your ballots during early voting at any one of our early voting sites. Outside of that, it's mail or drop off here at our office. This just provides another opportunity for voters to have that, especially at the 15 locations at our libraries. I mean, these are hubs of community. So it's, again, another opportunity for us to provide accessible voting.
Just a follow-up, I guess what I'm getting to is if somebody who's worried maybe that it doesn't make it through the mail, or does this make people feel more like they see their ballot go into the box versus just kind of tossing it in and hoping it gets there?
Yes, definitely. That is another way for people. Like if you're worried about it not getting in the mail in time, it's another opportunity. If there's those windows of time where like maybe early voting is over, but you're worried you're too close to the election, this is a great way to be able to drop off your ballot. And then of course, for those that do mail-in ballots, if you look at myvote.wi.gov, it's a way for you. You can put in your name and address, and if you have an absentee ballot, you should be able to see where it's at in the process.
Is it any easier to defraud the ballot drop box than it is mail or any other absentee method?
So here at the Milwaukee Election Commission, we have an extensive paper trail and chain of custody for all of our processes when it comes to voting. And so we track our information carefully. And one of the things, like I said, our priority is secure and fair elections, and that's what we prioritize here.
Can you also just say one more time how many will be available in each election, so August versus November?
Oh, sure. So we're still reviewing that at this time. I can say right now we have 12 currently available. I'm waiting for the vendor to hear back. I mean, would love to have 14. And then the 15th is, again, the Martin Luther King Jr. location, which is the new library that we're also very excited to have, is where, if it's possible, to maybe do a temporary location. But we will have more of that information in the coming weeks. But right now, at 12 for sure.
Did you say spell your first and last name for
Sure.
the people?
Yeah, me too. I'm new. Paulina Gutierrez, Paulina Gutierrez.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry. And that's anything else?
Great.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.